Hi guys, welcome to Monetize. It's time to record the new weekly forecast video for the week beginning on October 31st. So let's begin from dollar index. Starting from the weekly, turning it into a line chart, and I've marked the key support and resistance levels based on the line chart. The first one, this is the resistance level, the support, followed by the next one, and ultimately at this level. So I've just highlighted the key levels based on support and resistance. Going back to the candlesticks, and as per MACD, the bullish momentum has slowed down and it's still ranging. So after this breakout, let's say this one, push to the upside, and now it is correcting to the downside, retracing to the key level, and then it is anticipated to resume the upwards movement. And I've also drawn a falling parallel channel. Now let's switch to the daily time frame. Based on daily, I've marked this downwards parallel channel, and the current price action is actually moving inside this channel. Currently it's hanging exactly in the middle of the channel, so this is the midline, and it's neutral on the current price action basis. Now what I'm anticipating, because of the new month, so we'll be having non-farm payroll on the coming Friday, as well as we have very important announcement from the US Federal Reserve on 2nd November. They are going to announce the next increase in the interest rates. Now the main thing to be noted is everyone knows they are going to increase the interest rates on coming November 2nd. But the point to be noted is we have to pay very close attention to the tone of their policy announcement. Means if they are still aggressive, means they are still hawkish, or they'll be turning to a different approach and they'll be turning dovish. So if they will announce that they will still remain aggressive with the new interest rates coming up in the upcoming months, then dollar should strengthen. And if they say, okay, we have increased the interest rates, which it is already priced in, now they would slow down in the upcoming new interest rates policy, then they'll be turning dovish and it will bring the dollar down. So it is anticipated that dollar should move within the channel, and ultimately it should break above the channel in the coming days or weeks. And if it breaks above this level, which is around 112 or 112.20, then the corrective plan would be invalidated. Then it will be a direct move to the upside, a retest, and continuation to the upside. So this is the plan for dollar index. Now the next instrument I'll talk about is GBP US dollar. Again, I'll be starting from the weekly, and what I've done, I've already marked the fib levels to the downside. It all started from this peak, first push to the downside on the weekly basis, corrective pattern up, and the extension. Now, if you notice, the price exactly went to the fib extension 300% and now bounced up after touching the fib extension 300%. I'll just zoom in, and it has formed a V-shaped recovery pattern. currently we are at the falling trend line resistance level. So this is the trend line I'm talking about, and currently the price has stalled exactly at the falling trend line resistance area. Now let's switch to daily. As per daily, the MACD histogram is still bullish. MACD lines, they are clearly rising upwards. So we can see first push up, corrective pattern down, and extension to the upside, maybe to 1.618. So this is the key area. In terms of numbers, the level would be around 1.1966. For additional confirmation, I'll be using volume profile starting from this high to the recent low. And I'll mark the key volume zones. So this is the first key volume zone. Again, our target is 1.1966, which is inside the key volume zone. And the next key volume zone is here. So if it breaks above the falling trend line, let's say if we get a breakout above the falling trend line, a retest, and then we can target around 1.1966. But in case if it falls below the key support area, so let's do one thing, let's switch to 4 hourly to understand the key support. So this is the key support area I'm talking about. I'll do one thing, I'll switch to line chart again. So this is the BOS to the upside, and this is the key level, and this is the key level. So this is around 1.1200 or 1.1185. So until it holds above this area, the plan remains to buy, provided it breaks above the falling trend line resistance. So we can also anticipate one more push to the downside towards the rising trend line, and then continuation to the upside. So any which ways, I'm looking to buy on the dips until it holds above the key support zone. The next currency pair is New Zealand CAD. Let's start from the weekly. Going to candlesticks, and on the weekly we got bullish divergence, and after the bullish divergence it also made a reversal pattern based on the candlesticks price action. So there is a high probability that it will retest the falling trend line and then continue downwards. Let's move to daily now. On the daily, again, the same bullish divergence which we have just noticed on the weekly, it's playing out, and turning into a line chart based on bullish divergence on the daily. This was the key breakout, BOS, retest, and now continuing to the upside. So this is the first zone of resistance. around Fib extension 1.618. In numbers, it is 0.7965. So once it reaches the zone of resistance, a pullback and then continuation to the upside. So again, for New Zealand CAD, the plan remains to buy on the dip. And the invalidation would be a break below this support area, which is around 0.7797. So in round number, we can say 0.7800. So until it holds above 0.7800, the plan remains to buy on the dip, and target is 0.7965 followed by 0.8030. And if it still continues further to the upside, then as per the weekly falling trend line, we have next zone around 0.8198. So it could be something like this, and then continuation to the downside. So for New Zealand CAD, the plan remains to buy on the dip. Switching to 4 hourly. As per 4 hourly, everything is bullish. First push to the upside, corrective pattern down, continuation to the upside. So it's forming the 5-leg bullish structure, and we still do not have any bearish divergence in play. Higher high on the MACD, higher high on the price as well. So everything remains bullish until it's holding above this support area, which is at 0.7797. We can also draw a rising parallel channel. So currently it is around the top of the channel, so it is now retesting the midline of the channel. It may come down towards this area and then continuation to the upside. All right, the next instrument is crude oil. WTI, USD, WTI. Starting from the weekly and going to the line chart. So let me explain. So this was the bullish BOS. This was the bullish BOS, and this area becomes the base. Now, as per the rule, after the break above the structure, we have to wait for the retest and then continuation to the upside. So what I've done, moving back to the candlesticks, 1 minute. I've applied fib retracement from this bottom to the topmost point, and it has retraced exactly to the desired level in between 61.8 to 78.6 and bounced sharply. And it has also formed hidden bullish. Divergence, which means continuation to the upside. Now moving to daily. Bullish divergence in play on the daily as well, and we need a break above this high for the confirmation as per the daily time chart. So until it breaks above 95, I cannot say it's going to be long-term bullish, but at least it can reach up to 95.69 to the same level. And currently it has broken the resistance, the inside level. This is the inside level. So what has happened? We got the break above the inside level, a pullback, and now continuation to the upside. So we may get a three-wave pattern and then continuation to the downside. Moving to 4 hourly. On the 4 hourly, everything remains bullish until price is holding above this rising trend line. So we may get a retest and then continuation to the upside. So the first target would be 92.78 followed by 95.6 until it remains above 84 or 85, and if you want the precise level, let me mark a horizontal line at this area, 83.08, and the rising trend line level is around 85. So until it remains above 85, I will look for buy trades and I'll target 92.78 followed by 95 for crude oil. And if it breaks below the rising trend line, then the bullish plan would be invalidated. And the next instrument is NASDAQ. Let me clear all the existing lines. Okay, let's start from the weekly. As usual, I've turned it into a line chart, and this is the key level, the key support area. So what has happened? The market has retested the key support area and it has also formed bullish divergence. So weekly chart is under bullish divergence, which means we should look for buy trades. Now let's do one thing. Let's go back to the candlesticks and let's mark the trend line. This is the latest falling trend line in play. And we got the false breakout to the downside, and now the market has turned back. So it's a bullish sign. And moving to daily now. As per daily, until it holds above this zone, which is around 11,000, I'll look for the target towards the falling trend line region. So the first area of resistance would be $12,924. Also around okay, so we have marked the key resistance levels, and let's do one thing. Let's mark the fib retracement as well from this top to the recent low. So now the first key resistance would be around fib retracement 50%, that's around 12,000. Then we can expect a pullback and continuation to the upside towards the fib retracement 61.8, so which should be around 12,475. And in terms of horizontal levels, it should be around 12,900 or 13,026 if we talk about fib retracement 78.6% level. So the plan is to buy and target for the given levels. Let's move to 4 hourly. A clear bounce from the support area, sharp bounce, no signs against. MACD is bullish, histogram is bullish, MACD lines are bullish. So the invalidation of the bullish plan would be a break below 11,000. And finally, I'm moving to gold. Currently, after the bullish divergence, the first bullish divergence, which failed to create a high above, the high above daily levels. I'm just marking the key levels. So the first key level is around 1720 to 1730, followed by 1800. So they're still far off, but we got the first bullish divergence which failed and did not create a high, and now we got the slowdown in the bearish momentum. And last week gold started rising up but failed to create a new high. I'm still not bearish until it breaks below this rising trend line. So it may consolidate between this triangular pattern for a while and then continuation to the downside. Why I'm looking for the continuation to the downside? Because of the higher time frame. Because fundamentally dollar still remains strong, but for some days or some weeks it may consolidate between this triangular pattern, the triangular boundaries I've mentioned. And if we get a break below this rising trend line, a valid retest, then I look for the sells immediately. So this would be around breaking below 1628 or 1630 level, and then a push upwards for the retest and then continuation down. Otherwise it may retest the falling trend line of this triangular pattern, and the levels would be around 1688, 1680, or maybe 1692, 93. So if you want the exact levels, so let's do one thing. Let's move on to 4 hourly chart. And let's plot the fib extension. Starting from this low to the first high. Yes, so we've got the levels. The first level was 1671, which is already retested. So if gold picks up momentum to the upside, the next target would be 100% extension level, which is again 1691. So I've just mentioned 1692 or 93, so one and the same thing. It could be 1690 or 92 or 93 in the coming days. It doesn't make sense to sell from the current level because it's exactly in the middle of this triangular pattern. So either I'll look for sell trade from the falling trend line area, which is around 1680 to 90, or if it breaks below a retest, and then I'll look for the sell trade. So this is the plan for gold for the upcoming days and weeks. So guys, I've covered most of the instruments, the currency pairs, dollar index, gold, and indices. I hope you'll find my analysis useful. I wish you luck for the trades in the upcoming week. If you have any doubts, you can get back to me. And please show your support, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the like icon. Take care and bye-bye.